Hello friends, welcome to the platform of Darshanik IAS. This is Akshay Kadam. So guys, today on this platform of Darshanik, we are going to discuss ethics previous year paper conducted by Assam State Civil Service Examination. So guys, Assam State Civil Service Examination syllabus of General Studies paper 4, that is Ethics, Integrity and Aptitude, is same as UPSC syllabus of Ethics, Integrity and Aptitude. Okay, and before beginning the class, let me tell you that on my app of Darshanik IAS, link is given below in the description. You can download that from Play Store. I have already launched 150-hour course, a comprehensive 150-hour comprehensive course of Ethics, Integrity and Aptitude. So that will be your one-stop solution for all your needs of Assam State Civil Services Ethics paper. Okay, so guys, in today's lecture I am going to discuss with you Assam State Civil Services examination that got conducted in 2022. So APSC CCE Mains 2022 General Studies paper 4 ethics papers question paper. And guys, in previous lecture I have already discussed two questions in the previous lecture from section A. Now in this class we will discuss two more questions from this paper. So we'll try to discuss this answer comprehensively. So guys, question number 3 in the paper was describe the following terms with respect to fundamental values of civil services. Okay, integrity, impartiality, objectivity, empathy and compassion towards weaker section. Now understand guys, this question is only for 10 marks. 5 terms you have to define, 2 marks for each. Okay, and totally your answer is supposed to be, let's say 150 words maybe. So 5 terms you have to define, 30 words may. So you are just going to get 2 or 3 lines at max, 3 lines for defining each term. So remember guys, while writing answer to such a questions, you need to be extremely to the point. You should be hitting the core of that term, what that term means. Okay, no ambiguity, no beating around the bush. Okay, ethics में guys, like in science, physics, chemistry, bio, ethics के भी terminologies have very clear cut meaning, their clear cut interpretation, clear cut definitions. So that essence, crux, you should be able to communicate. If you want good marks, then you have to write to the point, conceptual, with conceptual clarity, what this exactly term means. और उसमें भी guys, all these terms, integrity, objectivity, compassion, okay, they are applicable in your personal life also. But if you write answer to these terms from the perspective of your personal life, that I am very integral in my personal life, I am very punctual in my personal life, I do everything on time, I am very integral person, it's of no use, because question clearly has mentioned describe the following terms with respect to fundamental values of civil service. So why these values are fundamental, okay, in civil services, you have to define. Now let me tell you guys, this question also was completely covered in my app classes. Here they have given 5 values. In my app classes I discuss more than 20-25 values. Okay, so honesty, integrity, probity, objectivity, openness, transparency, accountability, then आपका economy, efficiency, effectiveness, ethos, ethics, equality, equity, fairness, justice, impartiality, leadership styles, dynamism in civil service, empathy in civil service, compassion in civil service, responsiveness in civil service, dedication, perseverance in civil service. Okay, along with that, master mentality and service mentality in civil service. Okay, then use of discretionary power, how to handle conflict of interest, then terms related to good governance. Okay, everything was very comprehensively discussed, and I tell in my class that at least 75-80% of your syllabus that I am going to discuss in my app classes, your paper class 75-80% part will be directly from the app classes and the class notes. Okay, so all these terms I have defined in all separate lectures of half 1 hour, almost half and 1 hour के lectures में in detail. So while discussing on app classes, I have discussed their definition, how they are significant in administrative context. If we have this integrity, objectivity in administration, what great things will happen. If we don't have, what are disadvantages, and how we can make, okay, inculcate these values more, how can increase integrity in administration, how can increase compassion in administration. Like that we have discussed all these values. Okay, so do check out those lectures. So now core point here guys, then what I'm telling you, if you want marks, hit to the point, okay, with the clarity. If possible, draw a diagram also. So let's discuss what you supposed to or should write to the point in all those definitions. So what is integrity guys? So I told you integrity ka definition, understanding of integrity in mathematics and integrity in, okay, philosophy is same. So basically what we say when we talk about integrity, this is the lack of integrity and this is integrity, integration. So what is the meaning of integration in mathematics is the same integration of meaning in philosophy or ethics. So integrity means to the point you should focus that completeness, wholesomeness of the character. Okay, so how much your character is wholesome. So in your professional life, okay, whatever decision you take with them with consistency, okay, and throughout with continuity. So you are same person inside out. So integrity in civil service means whatever you do in personal life, professional life is a consistent. So I don't, okay, take money, I don't take bribe on duty, but I don't even use government car for personal use. That's integrity. So integrity guys is a consistency and commitment, completeness, wholesomeness of character. That aspect you need to focus on, you should focus on while writing definition of integrity. Okay, so IAS officer who doesn't take a bribe and also do not use government cars for personal use is example of integrity in civil service. So एक line भी डालो and to the point definitions, okay, of integrity का. Then impartiality. So I have discussed impartiality also as a very important value. So in administration guys, you need to be just. Okay, administration should be based on justice. You need to be just, and if you want to govern administration with justice, okay, then there are different things you have to do. Like you need to ensure fairness, you need to ensure equality, equity, etc. And so impartiality is also very important value. Okay, as a civil servant, okay, you should not be treating people with the bias. You should not be favoring anyone. You should be free from any kind of favoritism, nepotism, cronyism, patronage. Okay, and you should be treating every person as Article 14 of Constitution says, equality before law. Okay, irrespective of his caste, class, sex, religion, place of birth, you treat every individual citizen with national outlook. That's impartiality. Okay, and so impartiality means you don't let your personal opinion, biases, subjectivity to define or guide your behavior. So impartiality means you don't let your subjectivity, okay, personal biases, okay, to guide your decision. Most of your decision you take on rationality, merit, quantifiable criteria. Okay, you don't give undue favor to any person. So impartiality means equality, fairness, and being unbiased in duty. Okay, so you try to be fair. So you try to be fair. Okay, with everyone. You treat everyone with equality. Okay, without any kind of bias. So being impartial is again very important foundational value for civil service. Not giving any person any undue advantage other than grounds of merit. Okay, so impartiality. Now why it is important in civil service? Because civil service is a public office and that's not your personal property. And so when you are in public office, it is the office of public, created with public trust, and you should be maintaining that public trust. Okay, and every decision you take, you are using people's money, their power, their resources, then you should not be favoring anyone at the cost of someone else. So basic impartiality mein these terms are very important. Being impartial means treating everyone with equality, okay, treating everyone with fairness, and being unbiased. No personal personal issues, personal favors, personal inclination you let influence your decision making. Then third guys, objectivity. This is also very important value. In my app classes, even in philosophy segment, we have discussed moral objectivism versus moral subjectivism, very important debate, and moral absolutism versus moral relativism, very important debate. Okay, and at the same time in administration also, this debate is very important. Objectivity in administration and subjectivity in administration. And you should try to be more and more objective in administration. So what do you mean by objective? Just like you have prelims ka paper, which is objective paper. Okay, mains paper is subjective. So prelims paper mein guys, there is only one correct answer, all other answers are wrong. Okay, either or situation. So morality mein there is a either or situation, black and white, no gray areas in between. And if you take decision like that, that's what we call objective decision making. And so what it means, objective decision making, so you take a decision based on quantifiable criteria, based on merit, based on rationality. You don't take decision based on your personal opinion, biases. Okay, every decision you take based on criteria. Okay, clear cut identifiable criteria. Why I took this decision, okay, you could clearly define why I took this decision, why I did not take this decision. But I thought, I felt, according to me, in my opinion. You don't take decisions like that. Every decision you take is based on merit, quantification, okay, based on rationality. Then that's what we call being objective. Now, why you need to be objective, guys? Okay, because this is also very important fundamental value for the civil service, because then that way you will be able to reduce this issue of impartiality. Okay, you will not be favoring anyone. You will appear to be neutral, unbiased. Okay, and you will appear to be treating everyone with the equity and equality. And that's why in governance one should try to minimize influence of personal biases, opinions, and try to be as much as objective as you can. And that's what Justice Chandrachud का जो एक statement I gave in my app classes, I discuss in my app classes. I judge without being judgmental. So when you keep your judgments out and try to give in every decision based on facts and facts alone, that's mean objectivity. So objectivity means, okay, taking decision in governance and administration based on facts, merit of the case, on a basis of quantifiable criteria and rationality. Okay, then guys, empathy. Now empathy is also very important value in administration. So I have discussed in my app classes in detail this concept of sympathy, empathy and compassion. Even in emotional intelligence के topic में we have a topic of 5 components of emotional intelligence, out of which one component, okay, is आपका intrinsic motivation. Of emotional intelligence, one component is empathy, then social skills, self-awareness, self-regulation and intrinsic motivation. Okay, so this empathy is very important part of being emotionally intelligent. And so you need to have, I told you, very clear-cut understanding of all these terms. What is sympathy, what is empathy, what is compassion. So guys, I will just give you basic understanding of these 3 terms. Okay, in detail, I won't be able to discuss them now. In app classes, we'll discuss them in extreme detail. So guys, sympathy is just a feeling of pity. यार तेरे साथ बुरा हुआ, okay, something bad happened to him and you feel bad, यार it should not have happened, this thing with him. That's sympathy. Empathy is a higher level emotional understanding. So empathy में, okay, you treat a person at a higher level of emotional understanding. You put yourself in the shoes of other. This is the vicarious experience of emotions. Okay, by observing other person, you feel his emotion as if thing has happened to you. Okay, so someone's parent died. Okay, you could think or feel that if I lose my parents, how I will feel. If that level of emotional connect, bonding you could create with the person, okay, then that is called empathy. Okay, so sympathy से भी higher level. Sympathy is तेरे साथ बुरा हो. It's a feeling of pity. Empathy is not just feeling of pity. It's a higher level emotional understanding where you experience the emotions of other person. But empathy में guys, you experience emotion of other person and you treat that person, okay, with the warm shoulders, with comfort. Okay, but compassion उससे भी higher level term है. Okay, so compassion is higher level of empathy where you don't experience fear of other person. You don't only feel the pain of other person. Okay, but you go on alleviating and removing the pain of other person, and that is what we call compassion. Okay, so compassion में you don't feel a pain of other person, you try to alleviate, remove the suffering of other person. That's very important. So empathy में highest level emotional understanding, while compassion is alleviating the suffering of another person. You should be in position to remove that suffering of another person. If you try to remove the suffering, okay, and make that person more comfortable, okay, that's what we call compassionate attitude. अब इसके भी बहुत सारे example I have discussed in my app classes. Okay, so first of all, you should have empathy as a bureaucrat. Okay, without empathy there won't be a compassion. Okay, कि any person, poor person who is waiting outside your office for a whole day, okay, then he might not be influential person, but you should have empathy that if that person, is is my father and he is waiting outside for outside the doors of some other officer, how I will feel? Only if you put yourself in the shoes of other person, experience this way, administration will improve tremendously. So empathy is one of the core component of good governance. Okay, so good governance के जो 8 E's of good governance I discuss in the class. Okay, where economy, efficiency, effectiveness, ethos and ethics, equality, equity and engagement. उसमें जो ethos है, that you should have ethos of public service. Okay, as a servant. So to be a good, to ensure good governance, you should have ethos as a civil servant, some basic values, foundational values, and in those ethos, okay, empathy and compassion are both very important. Along with empathy and compassion, responsiveness, okay, is also very important, and civil service orientation. These few values are very important for the good governance. So right, empathy is highest level emotional understanding, where in administration we treat person, okay, by experiencing, understanding their pain. Okay, and this is very important to realize the goal of good governance, especially in welfare democracy like India, okay, developing country like India, where there is so much of poverty, okay, and so much of population below poverty line. Being empathetic is very important. Then you can write example of police officer on duty. He need to be very empathetic towards the victims of a crime. Same way compassion I told you is elevating the suffering of another person. Okay, and that is also very important part of good governance. Administration should not feel pity or only experience pain of other person. You should be in position to go ahead and alleviate the suffering of other people, and that's what आपका basic compassion, elevating the pain and suffering of the other person. So compassion is also necessary for welfare bureaucracy, where there are so many poor people, for Antyodaya, uplift of the last, the downtrodden. जो गांधी जी का concept था, Gandhian talisman, that we will be discussing on our app classes. So app classes में Gandhian ethics में Gandhi gave one talisman, okay, to being compassionate about the last, the downtrodden. Okay, and that's why those who can't help themselves, okay, government is needed only for those people. Rich people can manage themselves. Okay, and that's why government ka core purpose is to help those who can't help themselves, and that's why being compassionate is very important part of, again, okay, welfare bureaucracy of for good governance, integral part of welfare bureaucracy, especially in countries like developing countries where we have so much of pain and suffering. Okay, government should act as a father patron. Okay, as those who don't have anybody to take care of, government should be compassionate and should take care of them. And civil servant, okay, they are the leading agents in this process, and that's why, okay, compassion is very important foundational value for those civil servants. Okay, so that's how, guys, you need to answer all these terms to the point, core of the argument you should be able to hit. You should be able to clearly explain how empathy is different than compassion. So those things, guys, ethics ka paper hai, we could write something and we'll get mark. Yes, you will get mark 70, 80, 90, but others will get 140 and 150, and they will change the game. And so that's why, okay, it's a competitive exam. You have to perform better than others, then you have to write better than others, you have to write to the point. Okay, and you have to write conceptually with clarity to the point, and not only write with conceptual clarity, write more than others. Okay, and write more than others के साथ write unique. So while writing definition, give some example of integrity, give some example of objectivity in short. Okay, that extra example will give you extra marks. And that's how, guys, okay, write with conceptual clarity. If you want good marks in ethics, write more than others. अब यहाँ पे there is no scope of writing more points because 5 terms only they have asked. So there you have to write in the write only these 5 definitions. But here you can write something different, something unique. Okay, add some example, etc. So how to write answers with conceptual clarity, with uniqueness, and how to write answers. Okay, multi-dimensional, writing more points, horizontal answer writing. Okay, all I will discuss with you in my app classes, so do check them out. Enroll link is given below in the description, and also check out my strategy based videos on my YouTube channel, so you will get idea about what I mean by horizontal answer writing, vertical answer writing, etc. So thanks for listening, guys. I hope you are enjoying this discussion of ethics PYQs. So guys, if you want comprehensive understanding of ethics paper, then check out link given below in the description. Okay, on my Darshanik IAS app, okay, I have already launched comprehensive ethics course. and essay course will also be available, which is these essay and ethics courses, guys. 150 plus hour courses will be a one-stop solution. As I tell you, all the class discussions and my notes, you don't have to study anything else. Okay, and I have discussed it so comprehensively that your 70-80% paper, doesn't matter UPSC or other state civil service examination ka, okay, will come, okay, from this notes or from this discussion that we had directly, indirectly. Okay, so do stay tuned and thanks for listening.